Me? Can I keep it? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Okay, everybody. If you're present, raise your hand. If you're not here, raise your hand. Anybody not here? Okay, there's a few people not here. Hare Krishna. We'll play a little game. Are you ready? Okay, so first, the way we're going to start our game is I'm going to say something from Krishna's pastimes or a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, and then you have to say something that connects to it. So, like, what if I said, Krishna's the taste in water? Then you could raise your hand and say something connected to that. Something about water. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say I said, Krishna's the taste in water. And then, like, if somebody gave me that one, I would say that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego, these are my separated material energies. Or if I told the pastime about Krishna killing Aghasura, he was a snake, right? Say yes. Then you would pick another pastime or something like that about killing a demon or killing a snake, and the closer it is to having a connection to the last thing I said, then you'll get more Hari Bols. Okay? Is everybody ready? So, do you want me to call on you, or do you want to just go around like this and everybody will start here and we'll just go around and then call? Okay. So I'll start. I'll say a verse and then somebody, actually you raise your hand, but everybody only gets 2 chances if you do more than 2. Once you do 2, you're out of the game until everybody else is gone, okay? You all ready? Okay. So first thing I'm thinking of is how Krishna killed Pondraka. Pondraka was a demon, and he wore the same kind of, carried around all the same implements that Krishna had, like the disc and the club and the lotus and the conch. Raise your hand to say something connected. You can give a verse or a pastime or anything you can think of that connects in any possible way. Work with me, people. Somebody raise your hand and go for it. Anybody in the room? Go ahead. Give her the mic. We need microphones. Okay, you're thinking. Raise your hands. Bharat, see if there's a bigger zapper. I mean the biggest one you got. Okay, let me do another one. I'll say a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, and you try to say a verse that connects to it somehow philosophically. You'll keep the train going, okay? Dharma kshetri kurukshetre samveta yutsava mamaka pandavaschaiva kima kurvata sanjaya. The first thing that is noticed in this verse by the acharyas is that Dhritarashtra says, Mamaka, my family. How's my family going to do? Next. You got to raise your hand, and we'll give you the mic. Yes? Krishna Saka. Thank you. Upgrade. Order the business class seat. Thank you. Where's the microphone? This is too slow. This is a fast game.
I was thinking of the verse from 5th canto, Rishabdev.
Very good. I was thinking the same one. Say it.
Pumsa striya mithuni bhavametam. I know the first one.
Ato tayo hride grantamahu atogre kshetra tata janasya moho yamaham mameti. There it is, mameti at the end, right? Which means
that the um, the material existence is due to the desire. The material existence is based on the pumsa striya mithuni bhavametam, that sex is the root cause of material existence, and because of this it first and then it comes like we get into material bondage, I and mine, and we need all the paraphernalia afterwards, like son or kids and house and
401k.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Next. Any part of that verse, anything he said, then you connect it to the next point. Think Sri Isopanisad. Think Bhagavatam. Okay, go ahead. Avantika, give her the mic. You got it. Just say it. It's not so precise. It's an art. You just got to figure out how they all flow together.
Is this for connecting the first verse of Gita?
It's like the last one he said had to do with what the first thing I said, mamaka. He said pumsastriya maituni bhavamitam. It had to do with possession and things like that. You could take any part of his verse that he just said and connect it to another verse that either goes the same direction or goes off in a tangent.
Okay, I was thinking of that first verse of Gita that we were all reciting, and how Dhritarashtra is differentiating between his kids and the sons of Pandu, even though like they all grew up together, which I found significant. And I was relating that verse, I'm forgetting the Isopanisad verse, I think it's verse 5 or 6, where it's about how you should see everyone and all living entities as in relationship with the Lord.
Very
and that
good.
way that could have probably saved some damage in the map.
Can we get the verses?
Yasti sarvani bhutani atmanyeva nupashyati sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tatuna vijigupsate.
And say again what that means, so someone can take what she just said and parlay it into the next verse.
The meaning of that verse is that you should look at every living entity as a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord.
Very good. That solves our problems, right? Okay. Yes, Balaram's on a roll already, and he just walked in.
I was reminded of that passage in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna he speaks for a person who's demoniac and how he thinks of other people. So I just wanted to read that out.
Yes.
The demoniac person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it'll increase in the future, more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I'm perfect, powerful, and happy. I'm the richest man surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices, I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance.
Very good. Now give just one or two sentences, some commentary, so somebody else can hook on and say the next, something from Krishna book, Krishna's pastimes that relate, or a verse from Gita, or anywhere from Shastra. Go ahead.
I think it encapsulates exactly what the situation is in Dhritarashtra's mind and the Kauravas as well, where they're thinking that everything is mine, but I still want more. I want it, and I'm just gonna do it like this. It's like a game to them. It's like I'll kill him, I'll get this, and then I'll do some charity, get some benefit, and so on.
Okay, who's got the next follow-up? Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So I got reminded of of one of the verses from the third canto of Bhagavatam. I don't actually remember the verse, but one of the Kapila Muni's teachings, so in which he says the material person accumulates the material soul takes so much hard labor and pain to accumulate so much for the so-called happiness, which the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of time takes away, and for that the conditioned soul laments.
Find the verse. Somebody should be looking these up.
I think it's in Canto 3, Chapter 30, but I'm not sure the exact verse. Right.
Okay, we'll find it. Okay, give one sentence or two of commentation so that that somebody else can follow up with it, with your idea.
I could see how Dhritarashtra also relates to this, because he takes so much hard pain, labor to just make things favorable for his son, but ultimately Krishna in the form of time snatches it away, and for that
Ooh, nice. That opens it up wide open for everybody. Come on, fast. Okay, clap, and then I'm saying go. Somebody take it next. Who's ready? Be bold. It all works. You can work it all together. Bharat. He got the verse. Give a mic to and a mic to whoever was about to go. Who was it? You, Vrindaranya? Okay.
So the verse is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 30, Text 2. And the Sanskrit is Yam Yam Artam Upaddatte Dhukena Sukhahetave Tam Tam Dhunoti Bhagavan Puman Chochati Yatkrite. And the translation is, whatever is produced by the materialist with the great pain and labor for so-called happiness, the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the time factor destroys, and for this reason the conditioned soul laments.
Bravo, very good. Extra points for finding the verse. You can move up onto the infield here. Move up in case I put a bunt down. You want to get it to first base faster. Okay. All right. Who's got the next connection to that? Yes. All right. We got some shlokawalas in here tonight.
So connecting what she said about time and how it takes everything. There's a verse in the first canto of Bhagavatam. It says, Evam griheshu shaktanam pramattanam tadihaya atyakrama divigyata kala paramadustaya. So it says that Evam griheshu shaktanam, basically those people are attached to household affairs. They're atyakrama vigyata. They're overcome by time, which is imperceptible, and kala paramadustaya, which is very, very powerful.
Give a little commentary, like realization for somebody to hook on to. Something practical that hits home for us.
Okay, practically from Bhagavatam, there's a Jamil who was very materially attached, and he loved his children a lot, but at the end of his life, he had to leave everything, including his children. But luckily, he got a second chance, but it showed that everything is taken away at the end of the time.
Wow. That gave us a wide open space. Everything's taken away. Death. Who's next? Be creative. Think creatively. Got a wide open Shastra here.
When we were talking about time, I got reminded of the verse from the Isopanisad where Krishna says that he's been fulfilling everyone's desires since time immemorial.
Yes.
And I thought that really relates to time well, and it's kind of the opposite of what Dhritarashtra.
Oh, that's nice. Now quote the verse without looking, please.
Syat Krishna namach.
No, Saparya Gach.
Saparya Chukramakayam Avrinam Ashnavidam Shuddham Apapavidam Kavir Manishi Paribhu Svayambhuryatat Tat Ritan Vida
Viradashasvati Bhyasamabhyaha. Extra points. Okay. Come on. You guys can add in too.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, this is 1132. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people, with the exceptions of you, the Pandavas. All soldiers here on both sides will be slain.
Excellent quotation. Tell us why you picked that verse in your own words.
Maharaj, when everybody was talking about time, and then time is Krishna, and the scene started with Dhritarashtra thinking what will happen on the battlefield. So time, the ultimate Krishna is going to, like Dhritarashtra's, though it is a pilgrimage center, Dhritarashtra's doubt of what happens to his sons. Here Krishna clearly says the answer, I am the time destroyer of everything, except for the Pandavas. Everybody will be put to slain by my arrangement.
Well done, well done. Arjun Saka.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, in connection to time, in the Shastra there's this verse that comes up, Dhanani bhumau pashavashta goshte nari graha dwara janas smashane deha chitayam paraloka marge karmanugo gacchati jiva eka. The whole ideology of human life is explained as far as time is concerned. When a person dies, Dhanani bhumau, Traditionally, money was underground, but nowadays money is kept in the bank as it is. Dhanani bhumau pashavashta goshta. In the earlier days, the cows were there in the shed, but nowadays the cars are there as it is parked in the garage. They can't take their car, they can't take their money. Dhanani bhumau pashavashta goshte. Nari, the wife, can come only till the door in the traditional Vedic Indian culture. Nari graha dwara jana smashane. The family relatives can come only till the smashan ghat, only till the cremation ground. Deha chitayam. The body can come only till the pyre. Even the person cannot take his body, leave alone money and other things. Even he cannot take his money. And then the verse ends by saying, Karmanugo gacchati jiva eka. The jiva goes to the next planet all by himself, just by the karma, by his activity. So time snatches away practically everything, including his body. But the only thing he can take is his activities, his karma.
Nice. Bravo. Okay. Take the mic, Ramuna, and tell us one demon that Krishna killed, and then you pass the mic along. I'm going to hear from each of you one demon that either Krishna or Balaram killed.
Bakasura.
Bakasura, can you say anything about Bakasura? Anything you want to say about him? Okay, next. A demon.
Dhenukasura.
Dhenukasura. Would you like to say anything about Dhenukasura? How he died? Thank you.
Kalia.
Say more about Kaliya.
So he was like a serpent, and then he came to the Yamuna River because he thought Garuda might kill him.
And what happened?
So
Did he
then
meet Krishna?
said that you don't worry because of my footprints. Garuda won't do anything to you.
Very, very good. Okay, demons. Demons for 500. Keep going.
Putana and how she died. So she wanted Krishna to die because Kamsa told her. So she transformed into a beautiful lady. And when she gave the milk, Krishna knew she's a demon. So Krishna sucked the life out of her, and then she turned back to a demon, and then she fell down and died. Like that.
Haribo. Arman. Okay,
Shakatasura.
go ahead.
Well, he was a...
Arman's trying to get in. Pass it back one. Arman is our man.
Aghasura was one of the demons that Krishna killed.
Yeah.
So basically, Krishna and all of his cowherd friends, they saw this big mountain, this big cave, and they hadn't seen it. They hadn't seen it because they were always coming into this forest to bring their cows, and they're like, "Oh, let's go visit this." And secretly, that cave was actually a snake, the largest snake that you've ever seen, with his jaw, his mouth wide open, touching the sky. And so basically Kamsa sent him. And so all the cowherd boys went in. And even though Krishna knew that Aghasura was a demon, Krishna still went in with his friends to protect them. And then the snake closed its mouth, and the friends were panicking. But then Krishna, he started growing bigger and bigger, and he popped out Aghasura's he's kind of he made a hole in Aghasura. So basically, that's the greatest story of how Aghasura died.
Haribo. Okay. More demons. Krishna killed more demons. Yes, Prabhu.
I wanted to say Kalia, and I also wanted to say that everything is gone except for Krishna and Krishna consciousness. So so his poison and his power and all that was gone. But the only thing that remained in him, even when he died, was his Krishna consciousness.
Well, that's good to know. Very well. Okay. Last one over here.
Yes, my favorite pastime is when I don't remember his name, Vatsasura. Yeah, so the guy, kidnapped all the cowherd boys and put them in a cave. Okay, and then somehow without letting them suffocate to death, Krishna came and then opened the gateway to the mountain and then took them out.
Haribo. Okay, good work, everybody. Oh, last one over here. You got one?
So one demon that I learned about is Hiranyakashipu, who was troubling Prahlad for maybe a day or something, and to kill him, he opened the big wall to put Prahlad inside, and outside from it came a big hand, which was Narsimhadev, and he just put him on his lap and killed him.
Okay. Now, together we're going to chant the Sri Isopanisad, starting with all the Sanskrit. You ready? Okay, only 3 people are ready. Everybody else, go wait in the parking lot. Okay, here we go. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Budachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Ishavasyam idam sarvam Yat kincha jagatyam jagat Tena tyaktena bhunjita Magrinakasya siddhanam Gurvani deha karmani Jijivishakshatam samaha Evam tvaina yatetosti Na karma nipitena de Asuya namate loka Andena tamasavrtaha Kamste pritya vigachanti Eke chakma hanojanaha Anejaptikam manaso javiyo Naina deva abnuvam purvanarshat Adavato jnanatyeti tishtat Tasmin apo makadishva dadati Tadejati tannaijati Dureta dvantike Tadantarasya sarvasya Tadu sarvasyasya bhayataha Yastu sarvani bhutani Atmanyevanupashyati Sarvabhuteshu chatmanam Tato na vijayupsate Yasmin sarvani bhutani Atmaivadhu vijanataha Tatra ko mohakashoka Ekatvam manupashyataha Saparyagashukkram makayam avradam Asnavidam shuddham apapavidham Kavir manishi paribhusvayam pur Yathat yapyatortam yadartha shasvatipya samabhyaha Andantam apravishyanti Ye vidyam upasate Tato bhuya ivate tamo Ya uvidyayam rataha Anya devahur vidyaya Anya rahura vidyaya Iti shushu madhiranam Yenastad vichachakshire Vidyam cha yas Tadvedo bayam saha Avidyayam ritum tirtva Vidyayam ritum ashnute Yantama pravishyanti ye sambhutim upasate tato puya ipate tamo ya usambhutyam rataha Anyadeva usambhava Anyalahura sambhava Iti shushrumatirana Yena stavichachakshire Bhutim cha vinasham cha Yastad vedo payam saha Vinashena mritum tirtva Sambhutyam mritum ashnute Hiranmayena patrena Satyasya pihitam mukham Tattvam pushan apavrenu Satyadharmaya drishtaye Pushane karshe yamasurya prajapatya Yuharashmin samuha Tejo yakte rupam kalyanatamam Tate pashyami osavasau purusha somasmi Ayur anilam amritam Atedam pashmantam shariram Om kratosmara kritam smara Kratosmara kritam smara Agnenaya supataraya asman Vishvani deva vayunani vidvan Yuyotyasmaschuharanameno Uyishtante nama uttim videma Sri Isopanisad Sampurna Hari Om.
The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete, and because He is completely perfect, all emanations from Him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself. Because He is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from Him, He remains the complete balance. Everything eminent or inanimate that is within the universe is controlled and owned by the Lord. One should therefore accept only those things necessary for himself, which are set aside as his quota, and one should not accept other things, knowing well to whom they belong. One may aspire to live for hundreds of years if he continuously goes on working in that way. For that sort of work will not bind him to the law of karma. There is no alternative for this way for man. The killer of the soul, whoever he may be, must enter into the planets known as the worlds of the faithless, full of darkness and ignorance. Although fixed in his abode, the personality of Godhead is swifter than the mind, and can overcome all others' learning. The powerful demigods cannot approach him. Although in one place, he controls those who supply the air and rain. He surpasses all in excellence. The Supreme Lord walks and does not walk. He is far away, but he is very near as well. He is within everything, and yet he is outside of everything. He who systematically thinks in relation to the Supreme Lord, who sees all living entities as his parts and parcels, and who sees the Lord within everything, never hates anything or any being. One who always sees all living entities as his equal sparks, in quality one with the Lord, becomes a true knower of things. What then can be illusion or anxiety for him? Such a person must actually know the greatest of all, the personality of God, who is unembodied, omniscient, beyond reproach, without veins, pure and uncontaminated, the self-sufficient philosopher who has been fulfilling everyone's desire since time immemorial. Those who engage in the culture of Messian activities shall enter into the darkest region of ignorance. Worse still are those who engage in the culture of so-called knowledge. The wise have explained that one result is derived from the culture of knowledge, and that a different result is obtained from the culture of nescience. Only one who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessings of immortality. Those who are engaged in the worship of demigods enter into the darkest region of ignorance, and still more so do the worshippers of the impersonal Absolute. It is said that one result is obtained by worshipping the supreme cause of all causes, and that another result is obtained by worshipping what is not supreme. All this is heard from the undisturbed authorities, who clearly explain it. One should know perfectly the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and his transcendental name, form, qualities, and pastimes, as well as the temporary material creation, with its temporary demigods, men, and animals. When one knows these, he surpasses death, and the ephemeral cosmic manifestation with it. And in the eternal kingdom of God, he enjoys the eternal life of bliss and knowledge. O my Lord, sustainer of all that is, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. O my Lord, O primeval philosopher, maintainer of the universe, O regulating principle, destination of the pure devotees, well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind, please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays, so that I can see your form of bliss. You are the eternal supreme personality of Godhead, like unto the sun as an eye. Let this temporary body be burnt to ashes, and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, O my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember all that I have done for you. O my Lord, as powerful as fire, O omnipotent one, now I offer you all obeisances, falling on the ground at your feet. O my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you. And since you know all that I have done in the past, please free me from the sins, so that there will be no hindrance to my progress.
Okay, Anshu, which one of these verses do you want to turn into a skit? Okay, come on up here, pick your crew. Who's going to work with you? You just selected Bharat and Gaurav and Balaram. Okay, give him a hand. Okay. They'll go in the back room or in the behind there and consult. In the meantime, while they're getting ready for their skit, on text number 17, what is text number 17? Vayurnilamamritam atedam bhashmantam shariram om kratos marakritam smara kratos marakritam smara. Now can we see the word for word on this? Give us the verse. Or who could say something about this verse while she's looking for the shloka with the word for word? Yes. Okay. Someone give a little information about this verse. Work with me, people. Come on. Who? Go ahead, Sadhu. Give Sadhu a mic. You got to empower him. Please turn on the yellow mic. Can we have the...
Hare Krishna. I remember it saying, let my air be merged with the totality of air, and let my it talked about something about how, yeah, let my body be burnt to ashes, and how let this air of life be merged with the totality of air, and how. Oh yeah. Oh my Lord, it says, "Oh my Lord, please remember all that I've done for you." And yeah.
So say something about it that we could relate to.
Here, I think.
How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel? How should it make us feel? Why is this relevant?
Personally,
isn't this taboo to talk about death like this? It's a little scary, isn't it? We shouldn't talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's a very intimidating verse because there's like very powerful words. Let my body. It says, "Oh my Lord, please remember everything that I've done for you," and I guess just kind of pleading to the Lord that, please remember what I've done for you. So, and please help me try and please help me get out of this material world.
Isn't it all? Yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking about how when Sadhu was speaking about this verse, that in every step there's danger, and so this verse is really reassuring us to go back and plead the Lord, like Sadhu was mentioning. And I got reminded of the verse Sarvasya Chaham, because it talks about how everything comes from Krishna, including knowledge, remembrance, as well as forgetfulness. So this verse kind of connects to that.
Quote the whole verse, 15:15.
Sarvasya chaham hidi samnishto mata svante jnanam bodhanam cha vedesha sarveham vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham.
Well done, well done. Now we bring you the ISV players. Give them a hand.
Hare Krishna. Can we put up Isopanisad? Oh, it's already there. Okay, let's just scroll. Okay, let's scroll to the translation just so we can see what we're enacting. So in this play, I'm going to be playing Krishna, and Balaram's going to be the soul, and Partha is going to be the body.
Let this temporary body be burnt to ashes, and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, O my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember all that I have done for you. Here's my resume.
Well, looks pretty good. You remembered me. It's fine. I'll take you.
Let's look up the word resume. Give the whole meaning, the definition, the etymology. Who knows what the word resume means? Yes? Give her a mic. Resume. Spell it and then tell us what it means. Meanwhile, we have our research team work to back you up, so go ahead. Yes?
R-E.
Resume.
R-E-S.
Yeah.
U-M-E.
Okay, we'll take it. All right, now let's hear what it means. As it came out in the play, so it was an important point they made in the play, that the soul had a resume. So let's hear what a resume is, where it comes from, what it means, right?
A resume is a brief account of a person's education, qualifications, and previous experience, typically sent with a job application. And it's also a summary. Like I gave him an example. I gave him a quick resume of events. Like it's like a summary.
Very well done. Now here's a little more etymology. We'll dig deeper into the history of the word. Try to get some more out of it.
So resume is a noun, which means a summary, summing up, recapitulation. From French résumé, noun use of past participle of resumer, to sum up. From Latin resumere, to take again, take up again. And it can also mean a biographical summary of a person's career.
Anything else? Is that from Animal Line?
Yeah, it's from Adam.
Does it give any deeper meaning, rundown on the words? What?
Sum up.
Sum up.
Just resume.
Okay, who can give a verse from the Bhagavad Gita that would talk about what kind of summary we get at the time when we leave our body? This concept, there's a summation when you leave the body. There's two verses in my head. If you can do a Vulcan mind meld, you'll know what I'm thinking. Come on. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, give him the mic. Everyone should have this like right on the tip of their tongue, all the time.
Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tijachante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitaha. So whatever state of mind one has at the time of leaving the body, that particular state you will attain in the next life.
Okay, so we're all familiar with developing a resume, right? You either have it or you don't. Of course, some people cheat and they say, I did this, and they didn't really, but Krishna doesn't go for that kind of stuff. So like what you have at the end, like he handed over your thing, right? There's a memory stick. It's like, okay, that's what you did. This is the combination. Can you say more about Young Vapi? You want to commentate on it, on the verse a little bit in relationship to this resume?
So basically whatever activities we do in this life, that will decide the next life. So one has to act in proper consciousness, basically in Krishna consciousness, to attain the state of, to go back home, back to Godhead.
Good, now use the concept of the resume.
So in resume we can add what and all devotional service we have done. So what are the different...
Okay, you'd like to have that in your resume, right? But only a little bit, right? Mostly you want to have all nonsense? Yeah? Mostly, yeah, it all sticks in there. So this is an important point. This life is an opportunity. We're really just building a resume in this lifetime, and they hand it over at the end. So all of you are familiar with your junior year in high school, right? Yeah? Yeah, because then that's when it's like, okay, let's see what you've done so far. People want to look at your resume and say, how did you do? So that when we leave this body, there's a sense of, we're being examined and say, okay, how did you use this rare human body? What kind of facility do you want in your life? If you got all D's, if you barely squeaked by and it's like, okay, C- average, what kind of body you want? Well, don't expect too much. So use this lifetime while you have it before everything just gets merged back. And then they look at it and say, okay, it's your junior year here. Let's see how you did. That's when it all comes to bear, right? Vande Guru Nisha Bhaktan Isha Vatarakam Prakasham Sichak Chakti Vishya Chaitanya Sandrikam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahoditao Gaudadai Pushpavantao Chitro Shando Tamo Nudao. We'll circle back as soon as we get it up there. Yada Dvaitam Brahmopanishadi Tadapyasya Tanuba Yatmantaranyami Purushaya Tesho Shamshadi Babaha Shadaishvarya Puno Saswayamayam Chaitanya Krishna Agati Paratatam Paramiha. Start at 1 now, please. Here we go, everyone now. These are the first verses of the Caitanya Caritamrta. If you have this in your mind and heart, you'll understand the whole philosophy of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So these verses are very meaningful. They tell us the progression of philosophy and what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach, how he came to this world in various forms so that we could develop love of God for Him. Are you ready? Vande Guruni Shabhakam Ishani Shavatarakam Tatprakasham Stachakti Krishna Chaitanya Sandhakam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gauro Dai Pushpavanto Chitro Shandao Tamodudao Yada Dvetam Brahmopanishadi Tadapyasya Tanuba Yatmantaryami Purushaiti Sosham Shadi Baba Shadaishvaryai Punoya Iha Bhagavan Saswayamayam The Chaitanya Krishna Jagati Paratatvam Paramiha Anarpata Charin Chirat Karuna Yavatirna Kalau Samarpayitu Natojvalarasam Sabhakti Shriyam Hare Purata Sundara Jyoti Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Spurato Vasachinandana Shri Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Vladini Shakti Rasmad Ekatmana Bhakti Bhuvi Pura Deha Vedam Gatau Chaitanya Kyam Prakritam Aduna Tatvayam Chaikyamatam Radha Bhava Duti Suvantam Naumi Krishna Sarupam Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva Swadyo Yena Puta Madarima Kidrisho Vamadiya Saukyam Chasyaman Anubhavata Kidrisham Beti Lobha Tabhavadya Samajani Shachi Garba Sindhavadindu Sankarshana Karanto Shayi Garboda Shayi Chakayoti Shayi Sheshasya Yasyam Shakalasa Nitya Nandakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu Maya Tite Japi Vaikunta Loke Naishvarya Shri Chaturvihadye Rupam Yasyo Bhati Sankarshanatyam Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye Maya Varta Janda Sangashvayanga Chete Sakshat Karanam Bodhi Madhye Yasyai Kamsha Shri Pumanadi Devas Kamshi Nityananda Ramam Prapadye Yasyam Shamsha Srila Karbodashayi Yannatyabjam Loka Sangatanalam Loka Shrastu Sutikadama Datus Kamshi Nityananda Ramam Prapadye Yasyam Shamsha Paratma Kilanam Ushta Vishnur Bhati Jukta Dishayi Shauni Bharta Yatkala Sopyanantas Kamshi Nityananda Ramam Prapadye Mahavishnu Jagat Karta Maya Yasujat-yada Tasyavatara Evayam Advaita Charya Ishvara Panchatarvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Ramani Bhaktashaktikam Jayatam Surato Amanda Matera, we'll circle back. Matsarva Swapadam Bojao Radha Madana Mohanao Divya Vrindavanya Kalpa Drumada Srimad Ratnagara Singhasanasto Srimad Radha Shiva Govinda Devo Ishtalipi Sevyamano Smarani Srimad Rasarasaramdi Mam Shivata Tatastita Darshan Venu Swanir Gopir Gopinata Shri Esuna Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Etin Thakur Gauriyake Kariyachena Advasar Etir Mera Charan Vando Kine Morna Grantera Aramba Kari Mangala Charana Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smarana Tinera Smarane Hoy Vigna Vinashana Anayase Harayamija Vanchita Purana. Could we go back please to the second Advaita Charya verse? Oh, we missed the first one or the second one? Missed the second one. So before she goes back, say what it is. Samsana Bhaktavataram Shantam Advaita Charya Ashraye. Next one. Advaita Manina Dvaita Acharya Bhakti Samsana Bhaktavataram Shantam Advaita Charya Ashraye. Who remembers going to Shantipur? You don't remember? You don't get the call? Advaita Charya Ki Jai. This ought to take you back. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody now. Where's all the mics? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Myra, get a mic. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Premanand Nityanande, Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Here's the thing. You gotta get your bhajan on. You have to start when you're young, when you're a kid. Don't think you're exempt because you're a kid. You have to have bhajan. Who proved that? How old are you? Yeah. Okay. How old was Prahlad when he got his bhajan really going and taught everybody else to get their bhajan going? Of course, he started even when he was a kid, but it's mentioned at 5 years old. Did you know Prahlad Maharaj had a strong bhajan? So anybody who's 5 years old or more, we have to get your bhajan on. And it doesn't matter if you're going to school. It doesn't matter if you're working really hard, whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter where you live. You got to get your bhajan on. Who said that in a Bengali verse that you can sing? So the main important thing is every day you should have a plan to make sure that you have a really, really strong bhajan. After you finish that, whatever time it takes, then you can go about your work in the day. But don't go about your work in the day or think about doing anything successfully in the world without first doing your bhajan. And what's a good reason for that, Anshu? Based on one verse that we talked about today, and which you created a major motion picture about.
The verse is Vayuranilam amritam athedam bhasmantam shariram Om krito smara kritam smara krito smara kritam smara. So in this verse, living entity says, let this temporary body be burnt to ashes, and please remember all that I've done for you. So if one has one's bhajan every day, then Krishna can look on that as what you've done in this life.
What he said. Haribol. Thank you, everybody, for taking care of yourselves in all different ways, and also to reaching out for other people really suffering in the world right now. And there's no cure except for Krishna consciousness. So please be kind and teach people about Krishna by your lifestyle, by what you say, and distribute transcendental literatures and the holy name to as many people as possible. Also, let's make goals. Everyone should have goals in their life to excel. Do you mind not starting Kumbh Mela right in the middle of everything? And then try to smash the goals. Be really ambitious and try to do something really great. We're developing ISKCON of Silicon Valley into a brilliant example of what can be done with just a few little matchsticks and maybe a piece of wire and a gourd somewhere, and we'll develop it into something beautiful for the whole world. Does that sound like an okay plan? Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Gaurnitai, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsingadev, if you so desire, please empower all of us to work together in cooperation to serve your lotus feet and to help as many people as possible in Silicon Valley and all over the world by bringing them Lord Chaitanya's teachings and the holy names. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part, please unmute and say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Panchakalpaduruscha, Thanks to Arjun Saka Prabhu and all the devotees that came all the way down from Seattle. We really loved having you here. Please make this your home away from home, and let us know when you want to bust a move, and we'll go out and do Harinam Sankirtan, book distribution, travel all over the world. We'll rent a plane, whatever you want to get. You name it, we'll get it, and we'll go for it, okay? Hare Krishna.